Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to talk about another very important topic of HTML, which is centralizing the div. Prior to this session, we have already discussed what is div, how we can utilize div in HTML, what are the benefits of div. So this session is in the continuation of the same, where we will talk how we can centralize the div. Actually, there are various methods through which we can centralize the div. So what we will do, we will break down all those methods in different sessions, and then we will see how we can, what all possible ways are there to centralize the div, because this is very important topic. In project, there are various conditions where we are supposed to centralize the div. So in that case, you can utilize one of these methods. Okay, in fact, those who are preparing for interviews, this is one of the most important question for interviews as well, like how to centralize the div. Okay, so let's start the discussion. But just before that, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because this entire playlist is in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be very easy for you to understand the ongoing topic. Because for now we are just focusing on the centralizing part, but prior to that we have already discussed the basic things, and as I mentioned, they are connected with each other, so it would be very beneficial for you if you follow them sequentially. Okay, so let's start the discussion. Here you can see I have just noted down the basic HTML code, which contain one head in which there is a title, Sharmit, and one heading which is HTML by Sharmit. Now what we will do, we will firstly see the output of this thing. So one more thing I have mentioned here is the question, because in every session we kept one question for all of you just to recall the things. So today's question is, can we use multiple div in HTML web page? So if you know the answer, I'm sure that you know the answer, so you can just simply write the answer in a very short manner in the comment section, so that those who don't know the answer, they can directly refer the answer from the comment section, and those who know and who are consistently providing the answer in this comment section will be spotlighted in the upcoming sessions. Okay, all right, so I think now we are good to start with the session. So if I run and show you the output of this code, so it is coming like this, HTML by Sharmit. Now what we will do, we will create one heading here, h2, which will show the today's topic name. So today's topic name is centralizing div in HTML. Okay, so this is our main topic. Now what we will do, we will create one div. So to create the div, you just need to write here div and then enter. So this is the div element. And which type of div we are creating here? Let me add one more heading, or we can do one thing. First method, centralizing div using text align. Okay, so this is our first part, centralizing div using text align. So now what you are supposed to do, you are supposed to write some text here, not mandatory, but for just to show you something, I'm writing this text, and in text we can simply copy this text itself, because it will give you more clarity like what we are doing here. All right, so we have just added this thing. Now if I show you the output, it is coming like this, centralizing div using text align. This is the heading part and this is the normal label. Now to make it more attractive, let's add some styling here. So let's add style. Here we will write firstly the background color. In background color I will select aqua. Then we will set the width let's set as 50%. Then we will set the height, which is here we will set height would be 200 pixels. All right, so let's save this and refresh it. So now you can see the div is coming, but not as per our expectation, because we were expecting to centralize it. What it means, we want this div to be center in the page. So can we directly use text align here? No, let me show you how. So if you try to do centralize text align center here, so what it will do, it will only center the text, not the entire div. And that's the issue that every developer face when they initially start working with the HTML, because they try to align the thing with text line, but it is not aligning the div, it is aligning the text. Then how we can make it centralized div? So to achieve this thing, first thing you need to do, or you need to specify here, is display, and in display we will write inline block. So what it will do, it will like after writing this, you need to put this div into another div. Let me add that. I'll tell you why we are doing these things, but let me put it here. Okay, so what we are doing right now, as we just see that if we write text line center, then whatever is returning in the, whatever is present in the div is centralized, right? We just saw this. Like if you are using text line inside the div, everything is aligned. So now what we will do, we will consider this entire div as an inline part, internal part, and here we will apply text, not this style, text align center. So what it will do now, outer div is considering this entire div as normal text. Why? Because we have specified here display inline block. So this display inline block makes it understandable that yes, this entire div is a normal text, or it is behaving like a text. Clear? So the outer div is considering this entire div as a text. Now if you save this and refresh the browser, you can see the div has been centralized. Clear? So this is what we were trying to achieve. So whenever there is a scenario where you are supposed to centralize the div, so in that case you can utilize this kind of thing. So but what are the basic requirement here? First thing, we do need two divs, outer div and inner div. Then second important thing is, in inner div keep display inline block. Okay, what will happen if I remove this part? Let me remove it and refresh it. So you can see it is not doing anything, right? So that's very important part, because this is the only thing that makes it clear that yes, consider this thing as a text. Okay, so there should be a combination of text line as well as text line center as well as display inline block, because if you remove this text line, then also it will not work, right? So we need a proper combination of both the things. Okay, so this is the first method through which we can centralize the div. Now we will talk about the second method, which is a simplest one. Let me show you how. So for this we will use margin auto. So you can write here, this is the second method. So write here to centralizing div using margin auto. Okay, so what it will do now, it will just show this heading on the screen. Now we will add one more div here. So let's add the div. Here we will write label. In label we will put the text, same text we can put here. So let's copy it, but in this situation we don't need two divs, right? In above scenario we need two divs, but here you just need to write this thing. Then you can write normal styling. Here I will write firstly the background color, which is brown, then height 200 pixels. It is not fixed that you have to always use this, it is up to you, but for now I'm using this. Okay, width is 50%. Now save it and refresh it. So this is the thing, but this is not centralized, right? Firstly we can centralize this text as well. So here we can write text line, but this is for the internal text, not for the div. Okay, don't get confused here. So this will only centralize the text which is written here. I think it is not properly visible because color is black and our background is brown, but it is centralized, right? But not the div. So how we can centralize the div? So to centralize the div, we can use simple one thing here or one element here. So let me add that, which is margin auto, and that's it. Now you can see after applying margin auto, the div has been centralized. Now some of you might be thinking, like, if we have the simplest method, then why we are using this part? Because there are different condition in project, right? So as I also mentioned that apart from these two methods, there are many other methods through which we can centralize the div, and we are going to discuss each and everything because this is very important topic. Okay, so both method, I think now both method is clear to all of you that how we can centralize the div using text line as well as margin auto. So yeah, that's all for today. In the next session we will discuss another few things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.